Dear Congressman Grothman, it's been such a busy week here in Wisconsin. I'm just now finding the time to write, and thank you for telling it like it is. So many politicians these days hate to speak the truth, so when we finally find one that does, what a relief. You were on TV on election night, and then I read it again in our local paper, the McNallyville Bugle, just to make sure I heard it right. The reporter was asking why you thought the Republicans would carry Wisconsin in November for the first time since 1984. And you said, first of all, how weak a candidate you thought Hillary Clinton was, but then you said this other thing. And now we have photo ID, you said, and I think photo ID is going to make a little bit of a difference as well. Now, what you meant by that, of course, was that putting new logistical hurdles in front of certain people, certain kinds of people, people who tend to vote for Democrats, would give Republicans an edge in November, maybe even a decisive edge. It's not like convincing them you have better ideas than the Democrats, but it'll do in a pinch, right? Anyway, you certainly weren't talking about voter fraud. You know there haven't been more than a handful of documented cases of voter fraud by identity theft in the entire country, let alone here in Wisconsin. And besides, who decided that these imaginary fraudulent voters would all be Democrats? Just asking. But making it harder on some of the very groups, poor people, students, minorities, that tend to vote for Democrats, threatening to deny thousands and even tens of thousands of people their rights. Now, that's a strategy. And how refreshing to have someone admit the obvious, someone willing to be honest about their dishonesty. And you were almost as honest the next day, too, when you had to backpedal a little bit. You said Republicans were suspicious about voter fraud, and they feel that cracking down on it will help them. We can't prove it, you said, but that's what we think. We think the law will crack down on suspicions. Now, maybe those suspicions are unfounded, you admitted, but it makes us feel better. Now, how many leaders are willing to look the facts square in the eye and then totally ignore them and go with their feelings instead? You, sir, are an inspiration, and that's not all you are. Sincerely,